graduated one May when it snowed and rained. President involved.
Sherman.
So important.
Sherman?
That's what Richard Wiley does. I mean, he's glad I was in here for that one.
Nope. Good evening, everyone. Welcome to the Monday, April 11th Board of Selectmen meeting at Town Hall. Just like to announce the meeting's being broadcast and recorded via cable television. And as we start every meeting, we do with the Pledge of Allegiance, so please rise. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Well, today is election day. We have a very short agenda, and then we'll probably go into a short break, and then we'll come back when the results are in. You got the mute button? No? We have a request for a couple of exemptions. Have we gotten any of that paperwork in yet? No? So we had 2 requests for exemptions. We'll put that on the agenda for the next meeting. The next item will be to go over the warrant article recommendations. There's a few that we did not finish at the last meeting. We were waiting for some additional information. Articles 4. I'll start with Article 4. That had to do with transfers. We were given a list of the transfers from our town administrator. Mr. Boudreau, would you like to go over those quickly for us?
This is preliminary at this point. It is subject to change. I won't ask the board to vote on it. One I just hit on the largest ones. The first one is $25,000 in the Selectmen's other professional services. If you look below, there's a transfer of the same amount from the town accountant's salary. That's basically to pay the company that we have doing the accounting service. We can't pay it out of payroll, so transfer the money into an account that we can pay it out of. Police overtime, $81,000. That is relative to one and now a second injured on duty in the police department. They are on shifts that require us to fill those shifts, so they're being filled at time and a half. School bus contract, $148,000. That was, Andrew talked to us about that when he came in for his budget presentation. That's a shortfall in the current year's budget for buses. $10,500 for veterans benefits. Bruce is doing a great job. We have more benefits going out the door. We have to appropriate additional money. That is an account you can run a deficit in, but we'll transfer money into to make it whole. The other large one is principal. It's actual principal payoff. 2012 capital plan, $150,000. That's the remainder on a bond that we have outstanding. Actually, it's a ban. We have a $75,000 payment this year that was not budgeted because we didn't know what we were going to do with that bond and the other property. And then there's a $75,000 payment next year. Rather than make two payments and pay interest on it, I'm going to recommend that we just pay that bond off, or that ban off, I'm sorry, and get rid of it. Those are the large ones. There's other small ones. Finance committee salary, $675. Town council expense, $500. Some other little small ones. Dispatcher salaries, $9,000. That was a retirement to a dispatcher that we had to cover on overtime. We couldn't find anybody to fill that spot. That is now filled. Some other small ones. The balance of the money will come from current budgets with the $150,000 from free cash to cover the cost of the pay down of the bond.
Great. I know you have $100,000 coming out of health insurance. Did we realize some savings in that account?
We did. The final increase was not as high as we thought. We budget the total increase, and then various plans will go up and down.
Mm-hmm.
So our plans did not go up to the extent that the total plans went up. So we had a little bit of savings in there.
Great.
See, we got 40,000 coming from motor fuel.
Coming from
My
gasoline.
favorite account.
Had to put that on there, Tom. That should go in a white present.
Great. Any other questions?
So again, these could change a little bit, but I don't expect to see a whole lot of other bills coming.
We'll get a final of this on the
Yeah.
25th?
I'll have it for you before then, but it
Okay.
should look very similar to what you have in front of you.
Great. Excellent. If it's going to change, we should just vote it at the meeting, before the meeting? Yeah, so we'll defer that to the town meeting. Article 5. This has to do with the MEMS retained earnings account. And at this point,
As
There
of
was
right
no-
now, yeah, as of right now, we look like we're good in the EMS
it
account.
was 0, so that's still 0. We had talked about that before. And then also with Article 6, we have, see if the town will raise appropriate money to transfer for past dues,
We have-
past overdue bills.
Yeah, we have not had a prior bill from a prior fiscal year at this point.
Okay, so I'd make I'd take a recommendation to recommend both Articles 5 and 6.
So moved.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Yeah, you're gonna definitely postpone those, Phil? Is that gonna be a recommendation?
Where there's 0 balance on them?
Yeah, because we
Yeah.
won't move.
So we'll
without-
recommend indefinitely postpone?
Yeah.
Okay, great.
So
So I'll change that to,
Sorry.
We'll change our
we'll
vote.
change it to recommend to indefinitely postpone. I'll take a
Right.
motion.
I'll make that motion.
I'll second it.
All those in favor?
Aye.
IP. Okay, we get into our operating budget. We had recommended that 3-0 in the last meeting. Has there been a change to that?
The FinCom did not change the operating budget.
Okay. And then our capital budget.
The capital budget, the FinCom amended the capital budget as recommended by the Selectmen to include the money for longbow drainage,
And that was 140,000?
140,000, yeah.
Was there any other changes?
No.
Okay. Any discussion from my board members?
I'm happy that they made that change. It's a very, we should be taking care of the people that have long-standing problems. And Mr. Pizzi, I'm really happy that the FinCom found it within themselves to support your solution. So I'd make a motion to approve the capital budget.
All those in favor?
Aye.
And Mr. Pizzi's got a big smile on his face right now.
That was Article 8. You still have to do Article 7, which is the operating budget.
We had already recommended that at the last meeting. You want to,
You voted to approve the operating budget. You haven't voted to recommend Article
Okay.
7.
okay. I'm gonna take a motion to recommend Article 7.
Make that motion. We've already increased the taxes, so I can support this.
I'll second
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. The next one, Article 9, that's $200,000 appropriation for a stabilization fund. I'll take a motion to recommend Article 9.
And what is the current balance in the stabilization fund?
$1,329,000.
I'll make that so moved.
I'll second that.
All those in favor? Article 10, $200,000 appropriation for our capital facilities fund. Again,
$920.
2020.
Yep.
take a motion to
Is the
recommend?
capital facilities gonna be actually making some improvements or creating a plan soon?
CFAC?
Right.
Supposed to be, yeah. Yeah, and then we can start drawing on this fund to make some of those improvements.
Okay.
I think at this point, we're looking at October town meeting for that presentation.
Excellent. Okay, I'd make a motion to approve Article 10.
I'll second that.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Article 11, make a motion to indefinitely postpone the other post-employment benefit fund. We've already added that into the operating budget.
So because it's in the budget, we're not gonna have a separate line item?
Yeah.
Correct.
Mhm.
Okay, I would support that. So I'd make that motion.
I'll second that.
All those in favor?
Aye.
It's an IP. Okay, the last three we got to address are two zoning board, Articles 25 and 31. Two zoning board changes, or zoning changes. Those have not been addressed yet by the planning board. They're going to address those on the 22nd. So I would, I'll take a motion to defer those both till the meeting before the meeting.
So moved.
I'll second that.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. And the same with Article 32 is the designation of the scenic roads. The Historical Commission has not voted on that yet. I'd like to get their recommendation before we make ours. So again, I'd like to defer that to the meeting before the meeting.
So moved.
Second that.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Those are the three deferred. Beautiful. Okay.
So, before we go into recess for the election results, today
Tom,
yeah.
that's not on our agenda tonight?
I know,
But we can,
in-
we were not given that until
Yeah.
the second, so why don't we put that on the next agenda?
no, I'm gonna address it now.
Well, you can't, if it's
based
not on the
upon-
agenda, you can't put it on
Based
the,
upon other court rulings, Worcester City Council, I did send the email to the town administrator requesting that two items be added to the agenda. One was Sparhawk Lane, and the second one was Chestnut Street. You refused to do it, so you knew I was gonna bring this up, so that's your notice. According to these court rulings, that's your advance notice, so now I will discuss this.
no, we won't discuss it.
Sparhawk Lane
Well, Tom,
has ongoing problems with cars making U-turns there and a lot of traffic issues. Many people have come to me, and I'm gonna make a motion to turn Sparhawk into a one-way heading from Tedford down to Walnut Street as requested by the people who live on Sparhawk Lane. And I hope I could get a second on that.
well, Tom, not only is it out of order, it is inappropriate to be bringing that forward at this point. The neighbors in the neighborhood have not been notified of this. This should be something where we have a full hearing of the neighbors, and that's why agendas are put together the way they are, so neighborhoods can get notified of something like this. I would think if this was brought forward to the 200 or so neighbors that were notified last time this came up, we would have a very large meeting, probably in a different location. And at this point, it's certainly out of order to be bringing that forward at this point.
Okay, so I did, and as I promised to the people of Sparhawk Lane, I tried for you yet again. Second issue was Chestnut Street. People have come to me regarding the many trucks that go speeding down that road early in the morning and basically during the rush hour timelines. They've asked for me to have the town put a ban on trucks using Chestnut Street during the morning rush hour and afternoon rush hour, because they're worried about their children coming from school in the evening and going to school in the mornings. So I hope that someone would support that motion, as I'd make that motion.
Well, again, Tom, that's out of order. You can't bring something up at the meeting without prior notification, and you're very well aware of this.
I sent an
The
email.
residents of that neighborhood would want to be here. We want to discuss it. I'm sure it would be a very well-attended meeting again, and none of this has been brought forward to anyone on this board or any prior notification to the residents so they could attend these meetings. So again, that can be brought up at a future meeting if the residents would like to do that. And I would certainly encourage that they bring that forward if that's something they would like us to consider. So,
Okay, so the people at Chestnut Street, as I promised you, I tried for you as well.
The board does need to address one thing in this, though, Mr. Chairman. You'll need to vote to have council respond on behalf of the board, because you won't have a second meeting within the 10 days required to respond.
okay, take a motion to allow town council to address Mr. Terranova's complaint.
Take a motion to allow town council and send the complaint for his review. Motion?
Would you like that sent to town council?
I have to refrain. It's my complaint.
No, you can second it.
I'm gonna
I'll second that.
refrain.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
I'm refraining because it's my complaint.
And so now we have some use of town facility requests. First one is for use of the common. Mondays in August and September for the Center Yoga free yoga lessons. They've done this the last couple of years, I believe. Is that correct?
Yep.
And let me get out the exact dates. Mondays only is what the request is for. From August 1st to September 29th, from 4 to 5:30. The Center Yoga organization would like to give free yoga to the community on the town common. And I believe it's the same woman that's presented this and given those yoga lessons in the past, correct? All right, so I'll take a motion to approve that.
So moved?
Second that?
All those in favor?
Aye.
Second one's for the common and use of town streets for the Memorial Day Parade and Observance on May 30th. This is presented by Bruce Siegel, our Veterans Fair Officer. It's always a nice day for the town to come out and be part of the ceremony and the parade and the activities. So I'll take a motion to approve that.
So moved?
Second that?
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Third one's the use of streets for the Little League Parade on April 24th. Another great event. Take a motion for approval.
So moved?
Second that?
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Next one's for the banner for the Reed's Ride for July 6th through the 17th at Town Common. If anybody doesn't know about the Reed's Ride, this has been going on for many years. And it's a great town event to bring awareness and raise money for youth cancer. Reed Sacco, who was in my son's grade and back in high school, a wonderful human being and beautiful kid, died very tragically and early from this cancer, and the family has been doing this for many years. So I would certainly hope everybody would support it and take a motion for that approval.
So moved?
Second that?
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. And what's he got? Proclamations. Children's Mental Health Week. I'll read this quickly. Proclamation, whereas the citizens of Lynnfield, Massachusetts value their health and mental health and that of their families. Therefore, they are proud to support observances such as Children's Mental Health Week, and whereas 1 in 5 children has a diagnosable mental health disorder, and 1/2 of all lifetime instances of mental illnesses begin before age 14. And even some children and youth with the most intense needs, and some who are insured, may not receive services. And whereas children and youth with mental health needs in elementary, middle, and high schools are more likely to be bullied, absent, suspended, expelled, or fail to graduate. And whereas learning to recognize the early warning signs of mental health needs and where to obtain the necessary support, assistance, and treatment gives children and youth better opportunities to lead in full and productive lives. And whereas the participation and partnership of family members in the assessment and treatment of children and youth is essential to positive outcomes. And whereas our nation's future depends on the health and well-being of its families and their children. And whereas Children's Mental Health Week was developed by families of children with emotional, behavioral, and mental health needs to focus on the needs of their children and families. In celebrating this year's theme, Healthy Families, Resilient Children, mental health is a family affair. It is fitting to increase public awareness among all Lynnfield citizens of this important issue. Now, therefore, the Town of Lynnfield Board of Selectmen does hereby proclaim May 1st to May 7th, 2016 as Children's Mental Health Awareness Week. Thank you very much for bringing that forward. Do you have an original for us to sign on that, Bob?
I do.
Thank you. We also have the minutes for March 7th for approval. Any questions or comments on those minutes? Chris, minutes okay?
They look great.
Yeah, Tom?
Fine.
Take a motion to approve the minutes for March 7th?
So moved.
All those in favor?
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Okay, and so, that's the end of the agenda for this evening. We'll go into recess until they come back with our election results, which should be shortly after 8 o'clock. So thank you. Well, welcome back, everyone. We're going to call this back into our session, and our town clerk, Trudy Reed, will come up to the podium and tell us our results. Trudy, welcome.
Thank you. Okay, so, I will not be announcing the one-year planning board seat because we're still doing the write-ins.
Okay.
We probably had some write-ins for the library since there was 2 seats available, but I will announce Faith since she had those on the ballot.
Okay.
Yeah, I think that's all I have to explain. Do you want them in any particular order?
I would start with the selectmen's race, if that's okay with you.
All right. So, adding up all the precincts and totaling all the numbers together, Richard Dalton, 933. Michael Walsh, 707. The assessor, 1,202 for Richard O'Neill. Faith at the library, 1,141. The housing for Susan Broder was 1,104. Moderator for Arthur Bork was 1,142. The 5-year planning board for Michael Sheehan was 1,022. School committee, Dorothy Presser was 951, and Richard Schoberg was 995. We had a total of 1,667 ballots cast, and these are all still unofficial.
Great. Well, thank you. When might we know the one-year planning board?
They may have it ready for me when I get back, so what I would probably do is come back and put all the numbers into my pretty little spreadsheet to make sure
Okay.
everything's correct, and I can post it to the, can I post it to the website? I can, but it will be on the town clerk's page.
Great. Thank you. And now also, there's the library, there was a write-in for the library.
We'll probably have some libraries, because
Yeah.
there was 2 seats available, so we
Right.
could have somebody for the library as well.
Great. Trudy, thank you very much.
Okay.
Appreciate it.
Do you want me to swear in Mr. Dalton?
I would like that, yes.
Okay.
Usually do it right in front of the podium.
Congratulations. Do you, Richard Dalton, solemnly swear that you will support the Constitution of the United States, the Constitution laws of the Commonwealth of Massachusetts, the bylaws and other lawful directives for the town of Lynnfield, and you will faithfully discharge your duties as selectman for which you've been elected according to the law and the best of your ability, so help you God?
I do.
Great. If you could just sign right here. Congratulations.
Congratulations. I also want to thank all the candidates that ran today, and whether you won or lost, I appreciate you putting your time and effort into the town and in the community, and I hope you will do the same in the future. Michael, it was a very nice race you ran, so thank you very much. And before we bring up our new member, I'd like to thank Tom for his service on the board, and I'm sure you might have a few comments before you go.
I do.
Sure.
Thank you, Phil. Thank you, Chris. First, I want to start by thanking the people of Lynnfield for electing me. This has been a wonderful 3 years. I got to meet a lot of very nice people and a lot of people that were looking for assistance, and I was really happy that I could help them. I think there's just really quickly, I'd like to talk about a few things that I think we all accomplished together. First is, I think the people have their voice back. They now are no longer afraid to go to any public meeting and speak their piece. For that, I'm very proud that the people now have that ability. Our website, Bob Curtin is doing a great job with that, and we keep developing that every day, so that's really good. And our new town administrator is going to continue that quest and get more and more information out there. I think that's going to make for the town a much more transparent, for everybody to see financial data and understand everything that's going on in the town. Another big accomplishment was, I think, that when the people decided that they didn't want something in their neighborhood, they came out in force. And one prime example was CVS. The people decided for themselves that they did not want that CVS in the neighborhood from different reasons. And they came out, they fought for it, and they were successful with it. So this is just another feather in the cap of the people of Linfield. I like to think that in parting that people will think of me as being a responsible spender, that there were times that I actually broke from my ritual of absolutely not increasing taxes to the point where people wanted certain things, such as Walnut Street needed some additional police activity. I supported that and made the motion for us to hire a part-time policeman, for which I hope the next board will support that and make that position full-time, so that not only Walnut Street will get the additional police enforcement, across the town will receive that additional police enforcement. Just a few other issues to many people around town that are important. The high-pressure gas line that we all keep talking about that's coming through town. I hope that people don't forget that today it's North Hill, tomorrow it could be your backyard. So I'm really happy that people from across town are coming out to support people from all sides of the town. You don't need to have an issue in your backyard to only come out for that isolated issue. People are coming out across town to help everybody. And it's so refreshing sitting up here seeing that. And as of a few minutes from now, I'll be on the other side with everybody, cheering everybody on. And I'll have the ability, unlike my counterparts, to leave after that one issue.
You can stay.
So lastly, I'm proud to be part of, I think, the new part of Linfield. I'm not part of the old network, I'm part of the new network, and that is responsible spending, transparency, and freedom of speech. Come forward, speak your piece. With that, I want to thank my family. My loving wife, Sylvie, is here. And Sylvie, so we're back together again. And with that, good luck, Dick. Good luck,
Thank
board.
you, Tom.
Thanks, Tom. Thank you. On that note, I want to welcome up our newest board member, Dick Dalton. Dick, come on up. Welcome aboard. Congratulations.
Congratulations.
Last piece of business we have tonight is for the reorganization of our board. I'd invite any nominations for the chair.
I'll nominate Phil Crawford for chairman.
I'll second that.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
I'd like to nominate Chris Barrett for the vice chair.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Also like to nominate Dick Dalton for the clerk.
I'll second that.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
He wants it.
It's a lot of work.
He's like, wait a minute. Well, thank you, and I appreciate it. Thanks for everybody who worked on the election and everything that's been put into this. And that, I'd like to take a motion to adjourn.
I'll make a motion to adjourn.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
I don't think my mic was on. I don't think anybody heard anything I said. Congrats, brother. Yeah.